A great idea can come out of the dark and spark other ones. By making your small or medium-sized organization accessible, you can count on a brighter future. Ontario's Accessible Employment Standard is your guide to creating an inclusive work environment. Take performance management, for instance, activities that elevate employee performance and facilitate their success. Under this standard, employers must consider the needs of employees with disabilities and individual accommodation plans with respect to their performance management process. One of Canada's largest industries, trucking, is taking big steps towards an accessible industry that these standards facilitate. These shifts in attitude and policy will help circumvent a looming labor shortage that could be as high as 48,000 workers by 2024. The future is still unwritten, however, and by making itself inclusive through research and sharing best practices, the trucking industry is poised to thrive. Organizations like Trucking HR Canada have widely communicated information about the National Labour Standard for truck drivers. This work outlines all the competencies required to be a driver and addresses misconceptions about individuals with disabilities. When employers are given this kind of practical information, they can understand what parts of a job a potential employee can do and what areas would require accommodation. A common example of an accommodation you can easily implement is flexible work arrangements. In the trucking industry, this includes load sharing. Load sharing divides lengthy trips into smaller parts. One driver takes the truck from point A to point B, and a second driver takes the truck from point B to point C. These simple changes can help you reap the benefits of having an inclusive workplace. For one thing, hiring people with disabilities opens up valuable, multifaceted market opportunities. This happens through word-of-mouth marketing. When employers commit to accessibility, people talk. On a larger scale, this commitment can help you become a vendor of choice for your clients, since some companies that have a commitment to inclusion will only do business with other companies that have the same values. So where do you start? First things first, you need a clear picture of your industry's landscape. Pull information together by focusing on quantitative data as opposed to anecdotal evidence. That way, you'll know where your labor shortages are. Once you have that data, commit to a plan for accessibility. Senior management must champion this plan throughout all levels and departments. Make sure an individual or a team takes ownership of its implementation. Routinely ask for feedback on the plan. Find out what's working and what isn't. Don't be afraid to adjust it to be sure it is benefiting you, your employees, and your industry. And remember, there may be bumps along the way as you make changes, but the light at the end of the road is a place where everyone can thrive, where all ideas can shine. Accessibility. It's easier than you think.